Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sam Azar. Solomon's my first full name. I wanted to make a video to show off, well, to demonstrate, show off, or at least to document it on a video, an idea I had for gravity. I want to document it, and I want to put it on. I want to try and get on Wikipedia, something where I could document it. It's an old experiment I tried to do for gravity, how to deflect gravity. Yeah, this isn't one of those conspiracy things like Element 115, reverse engineering alien spacecraft. You know, I don't know about all that stuff. But let me just simply start off with somewhat of the basics of the background, what I'm trying to do. You know, it's like buoyancy, or you know, here's Newton's apple. Buoyancy, or you see how that floats, or anything, unless it was the density was greater. But you know, it gets more pressure as you go down, because there's more molecules, more weight on top of something, so the resultant force vector is going to push something up. If you can make a bubble in water, and this is pond water, I just filled it up, it's just the way it is. So a bubble in water, I mean, if you can have a bubble, that's buoyancy. You know, you can push away from something greater pressure, greater forces. The resultant force vector will, you know, go to something lesser. You know, that's why it comes to the surface. Same thing with the gravitational flux of the Earth. Gravity is stronger at this point as it is less than, you know, as you go further away from the Earth. So in a way, it's like water, in a way. And if you can make a bubble in gravity, well, then the force of gravity itself, just like the water, is going to want to push you up. You're a disturbance. You're like a bubble in water, if you can make a disturbance. So this is something I made about 25 years ago. This is the guts. This is the inside of what I was trying to do gyroscopically. This was inside a box. Routers that spin at 25,000 revolutions per minute would be mounted on this shaft. This was in a box, and that thing would spin. Imagine a gyroscope. Gyroscopes, you know, even though, you know, those who know about gyroscopes are a top, you know, they could fall over with the, you know, with gravity, but it'll displace the center of gravity. It doesn't get rid of gravity, but it displaces the center of gravity. So what I'm trying to do here, in an XYZ axis, I'm trying to concentrate all the forces of the gyroscopic action once I begin to process it. Now, I did this experiment about 25 years ago after so many other experiments I built up to this one. And, you know, and I had this thing running. I had a lot of energy, and then I force processed it, and it looked like I was deflecting a little bit, but I needed to build a more stable structure and, you know, take it to the next level of testing. But, you know, I went off course. I had an idea for fusion of all things, and I was trying something else with Tesla coils. And, you know, you can even see I used some of these gyroscopic plates that I made as electrodes discharging the heavy water. Well, I couldn't really afford the heavy water, just a small amount, and I used ultra pure reagent grade water. That's another side story. I'm here talking about this idea, and I want to document that idea. Well, I mean, unless I can build it again, but it's 25 years on. I haven't been, well, able to kind of financially put it all together and try and do it again. You know, I mean, fusion experiments, this and that. I'm not working for a company. I do it for myself, and that's as far as I got. And I just want to say that if it ever comes to the point where this could work, I just want to document that I kind of did it, and maybe somebody could take it to the next stage and maybe actually repeat the experiment and do it in such a way. So, you know, you're talking about gyroscopes, mass 1/2 mv square. You work out the numbers, but you know, again, converging, when you force process the whole thing, you're going to converge everything into the center. All right, that's the point of this. You know, like you could say, like if you could push everything into the center, it's like a zone of confusion in the gravitational flux. These are new words, just throwing them out. No one's ever done such a thing. It's a hypothesis. It's an idea, but you know, it's something that I think that could, you know, kind of happen, and I wanted to kind of document this, because if it ever does come about, you know, and it's not Element 115 and it's not the UFOs flying around, and this ends up being something, I just want you to know that Sam Azar did it back in the year 2000. And then I went on to doing other things, you know, fusion. I thought energy crisis, but that's another story. So anyway, this idea for gravity, for deflecting gravity, this whole thing would be housed in something. If you could force process it with all these running strong enough, fast enough, you know, obviously testing would find that value in regards to trying to create a bubble in the center of the gravitational flux and then having the Earth itself push away. Anyway, that's the that's kind of like the gist of it, the idea. And Newton's apple, I think it's a great idea. So I just wanted to document this, and if it ever goes somewhere, I just wanted to say I'm number one, first place who figured it out. Thank you very much. Take care.